Home team, home team. What's happening, home team? This your boy Blackberry Rex coming at you live and in effect. I got the big dog, the big ace, the man with the plan, Big Ant. Talk to him, Big Ant. How you doing, man?
What going on, y'all? I was MIA last week, but hey, we back full effect.
He back like he never left, baby. All right, you can't get rid of him. Can't get rid of him that easy. Hey,
Nah,
so this is the Rex Pit, ladies and gentlemen. Every Tuesday, you can come check in with us at this time, 18:05. If y'all don't know what 18:05 is, that's 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Eastern Daylight Time, or however you want to put it. 18:05 is 6:05 p.m. Catch us right here on the Rex Pit every Tuesday night, baby. Now, this has been a very interesting uh, past weekend. Something very peculiar happened in the Georgia universe, the universe of Georgia. Something very peculiar happened. Okay, so the Hawks won, the Dogs won,
mhm.
even Georgia Tech won,
Mm.
and the Georgia State Panthers won.
What? Mm.
But guess who didn't win? Falcons.
Should have won.
Should have won, but they didn't. I found that to be very peculiar, man. That the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets and the Georgia State Panthers. Now, the Georgia State Panthers, they actually are a progressing program. I really like
Mhm.
what they're doing over there with the Georgia State football team. It's a
Mhm.
progressing program. Georgia Tech, they just been in limbo for I don't know how many years now. But although everybody won, that I would say I support because like y'all see the background. I'm all about the home team. Anybody know if you've been paying attention? You've been watching AFN, GSN. If you've been watching my channel, you know I represent the home team, baby. Even if you're dirt ball sorry like them Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, I support you.
Mm.
But even they got them a win, okay, this past weekend. But and our Falcons, man, they they went to bed, bro.
Mm.
Talk about it, Ant. What's something, Ant? Tell me something that stood out to you with this past game with the Falcons that really, it could be something positive, negative, or something you just feel like you want to point out, criticize. What's something that you took notice of in this past week's game?
Well, I'm gonna just say now. Okay, because I was on the road, I didn't get a chance to, go through the full game.
Right.
But two things I can take away from this. I mean, now everybody knows we're going to run the ball. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Ain't no way around it. None. We still ran the ball this game. We still put over 200 yards.
That's a
But
fact.
we couldn't get any pressure on the quarterback. And I think that's the main reason why we lost this game. Because it's just like, when we played against Cincinnati, and even though we won the game against Carolina, we could have lost that game because PJ Walker was killing us because we couldn't get no pressure on the quarterback. It was like they were in the backfield.
Now, I think I
And
agree with you.
now, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love sacks, but I feel that's a more glorified stat because as we've seen against Cincinnati, we sacked him. We sacked Joe Burrow at least 2 to 3 times, and he still carved us up.
Yeah, I think we got the Burrow 3 times.
So, but if you cannot get him off his spot, make him rattle, make him move, and it ain't gonna matter.
And we was dealing with a guy this past weekend in Justin Herbert, who he's just a really good quarterback. And I mean he's just a really good
Yeah,
quarterback. Like
yeah,
he's really good at going through his progressions. He's really good at going through his options, his target options. He's good at pre-snap. Now I thought he was better at pre-snap, but I actually saw some plays where he was making some mistakes. Like he should have read some things better that we were doing in a few times in the game. And even I was like,
mhm,
damn, Justin, you didn't see that coming. But
right.
when it comes to this, when it comes to going through progressions, when it comes to going through his options, 1, 2, 3, 4, while a lot of quarterbacks like PJ Walker, he was playing well against us for the most part. But if his first option wasn't there, that's when he made mistakes. That's when he
Start
got routed.
panicking. Yeah,
That's
yep.
when he started panicking.
Start. Yep.
So with Justin Herbert, it was more of, you know, you can send pressure at this guy. If you, I mean, it really wouldn't don't matter. He's still gonna go through his progressions. He stood in that pocket a lot and just one, two, three, four, going through his progressions. They still did what we said teams gonna do. They came into this game to get the ball out fast, especially them knowing that they don't have their number one and number two receiving options. There was
Yep.
no Keenan Allen, there was no Mike Williams, so they knew we don't have our first two options. Plus, these guys got speed coming off the edge, and that's something else we're gonna get into a little bit later. I'm going back and I'm looking at the all 22, and I'm seeing
Mhm.
holding everywhere on that
Oh,
offensive line,
oh,
bro.
oh man. Oh my God. Mike had says he had posted something on his channel about that.
Yeah, he did. I seen that. So that's something we gonna talk about a little bit later. But we have to get pressure a little bit better than what we're doing. And I know that we looking at some tape and we saying, well, we got guys that's getting there. They just a second off, or they just a half a second off, couple ticks off. If they just
Mhm.
if we could figure out a way for this secondary and for these linebackers to cover one more second, then we might get home a few times more in games with Ebiketie coming off the edge and with Lorenzo coming off the other side, and with Grady and Taquan Graham or um Horn coming up the middle. So
Mhm.
the I'm seeing the pressure getting just almost there, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
it
almost.
decimates because it's like they plan for that.
You know what? I think what's affecting that. Now, I'm not making excuses for anything, but because our top two corners are out, that's messing up the coverages in the back end, and because we're so thin and young, and our corners, they're not being able to hold up, and that's messing up, what's going on in front seven because
Yep.
it goes hand in hand.
Yep.
So I think that's something else to look out for too. Can it get better? I think once Rashad Fenton, once he start getting more acclimated with the system and what DMPs is trying to do,
Hmm.
and it was another guy that they just signed to the from the practice squad to the actual 53-man roster.
They just did that
I
today.
think, yeah, once they do that, once they get more acclimated, I think they'll will get better with getting pressure, especially up the middle. That's what I've been saying this since the off season. That is imperative to get pressure up the middle. We can always scheme to get sacks on the edges and stuff like that. Up the middle, that's what really counts.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. This is from 4 hours ago. So Matt Henderson has been placed on injured reserve.
Yes,
Javante Moffett,
that's
he
what I'm
signed.
talking about. Yep,
He signed
yep,
to the main roster. Uh,
yep.
Something kind of interesting though is they just signed Bo Pete Keys to the practice squad and they released them already. That's a bit of a head scratcher.
Mm.
Um, Quentin Bell and Jonathan Harrison signed to the practice squad. So they brought Quentin Bell back
They did. Okay. I
to
mean,
the practice squad. Um, but you make a very good point when you say that the secondary play and the front seven play go hand in hand. And to be more specific, to be even more
mhm.
specific, the secondary play and the front four go hand in
that
hand.
that's true. Yeah, yeah.
So we have to be. Like I think Jew said this Sunday evening. We have to be able to get some kind of pressure with that front four. It can't always just be relied upon a blitz package that's being dialed up. It can't always just be dependent on that, especially when we know that we don't cover well in the middle. Can you really afford to take a body out of the middle of the field?
Michael Walker,
He need to be took out like
bro.
yesterday's trash. He
Can't,
need to be
can't,
took out like
bro.
yesterday's
Can't
trash.
even cover water. What? Come on.
Denzel, what's up, man? That's my brother there. He said Taquan Graham too small personally to be a defensive tackle, defensive end maybe. The rush won't be better until we draft or bring in bigger, better talent in the middle and pure pass rushers off the edge with great dip. Well, listen, Taquan Graham ain't small. Listen,
He's not.
let,
He's
let's
over. He's over 300 pounds.
yeah, he's a
Let's
300 pounder, and I think he was about 6'3", about
yeah.
6'3".
He
He's
ain't
not a little
small.
guy. Um, and he's athletic enough to get over there at defensive end, but that ain't where you want him at. You want him in the middle. That's what he do. He plug up the middle. He plug up that A gap and that B gap. That's what he does. That zero and that one. He plugging that up. But
Mhm.
um, I mean, he made a mistake. I know it's a big one.
Bro, look, man. Look,
So,
look. Okay. Let me get
oh
this out my
man.
chest, man. This is what I was trying to explain to Ty. Like, I get it, man. I get it. I understand. You are, not embarrassed, but
It's damn so embarrassing.
it's embarrassing. And you're, I look. I understand. It was a big part, of the game. I understand it,
Probably the
but
big.
from but BlackBerry, from what I've been told, that was only one play.
Yeah, yeah.
I it's just like we was talking about earlier. Y'all giving up third and 15s a couple times, and y'all can't get off the field. And then second quarter, y'all just laid a whole egg. And you mean to tell me that's the only play that messed up that game? You no, you can't.
It
I
ain't
can't
the
see
only.
that.
It's not the only play that screwed us up in that game, but
I get it.
it's definitely the biggest.
It's the
It's
biggest.
let me say it this way. I we could probably point out a couple other plays that were just as big or probably bigger, but as far as like the biggest screw up, that was that was a colossal screw up, bro.
That okay. Now that makes sense.
That was a colossal screw up. That gave me Dallas Cowboys onside kick vibes.
Stop. Stop it. Stop. We're not doing this.
That gave me, hey, bro, that gave me Dallas Cowboys onside kick vibes, bro. I ain't lying. I ain't lying.
Hold on. Am I supposed to touch this? You want to touch it? No. Do you want to touch it? Oh, you know what? Let's not do nothing. Let's
Let's
let.
take a picture of it.
This is called that moment. We gotta savor this moment, bro. What the? This ain't no punt.
Let's
What are you doing?
let's ask you what kind of day is having.
Oh
Oh
my!
boy.
Oh my! Oh
And in TQ case, let's go bowling today. let's go bowling.
my! Let,
Let's go bowling with the
let's.
football today.
I want to be the hero today, Coach.
Now, hey, seriously, now I don't want to clown him too bad, but 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 seriously,
All
hey,
you
what was
had to
he?
do,
What was going on in this dude head, bro? When
bro.
did he?
All you had to do, bro. Either okay. All you had to
Ah,
do, either get down on the ball, cover it. Okay, now offense, go out there, make a play. Or when you running it, get to the sideline.
get
You
out
ain't
of
no running
bounds.
back. You ain't no running back.
Did you see how he had it like he had it like this? Like he was trying to get there, and he was trying to get there. He thought he was finna run that thing. He thought he was finna run that thing from the 25-yard line of his own side of the field to the end
Get
zone.
your
A big
get your
300 plus.
punk ass out of bounds. You ain't no damn running back,
He was running that thing like Flojo.
man.
Hey man, hey
Look,
TQ. I hope this was a learning experience, bro. You are a defensive lineman and you play the 0 and the 1 technique.
yep.
You don't belong galloping down the field for 80 yards with the football in your hand, bro. Just look.
And
Oh
and that
man,
was his first fumble recovery of his career.
was that his first fumble recovery of
That
his
was his
career?
first. Yes.
Wow. And it's ooh, It's gonna be the most memorable one if he have any more after that. only way he can say, only way he can save the embarrassment of that right there is if he recover a fumble in the end zone and take it to the house for 105 yards. That's the only. That's the only way he can redeem himself, bro. That's the only way, bro.
uh,
It's
uh,
the only way, bro.
um, hold on. Ain't Ed Reed retired? I'm just,
Yes, he is.
I'm just saying. I don't see nobody doing that. Mm-mm. Especially not his big ass. But
All right. You know, we had to get that out. I guess we had to get that off our chest, man. We had to get that off our chest. Anyway,
hey,
calling all Warriors, calling all Warriors. If you support Georgia, if you support the Dogs, if you support the Hawks, if you support the Falcons, Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, Georgia Southern, whatever their mascot is, if you Albany Southern, if you whoever you support, okay, Valdosta, we welcome you here on the Rex Pit. Get it off your chest. This where we let loose and let it go. And it's no filter. It's uncensored. Uh, thankfully I ain't had none yet that I really want to cut somebody out about yet, just yet.
mm,
But that's what I made this platform right here for. If you're a fan and you just want to come out and you just want to support and you got something you need to get off your chest, you should have a lot to get off your chest after this past Sunday. But if you got some stuff you want to get off your chest, this what we call all warriors. And everybody that supports this channel is a warrior because we can make it through anything by the grace of God, y'all. So
yes, it can.
y'all just make sure y'all come in, get it off your chest, and don't, get in your feelings when we get off in your behind about it. Just be good, Some if we agree with what you're saying, we agree with what you're saying. If we
Hey,
disagree, I might be rude about it. Just saying. It's just
hey,
in my nature.
you know what, Blackberry? It reminds me of Thanksgiving dinner. Like, we can have a discussion, but I'm gonna talk shit. I'm gonna fuck with you, like,
Yeah,
cause we family. Like,
you're right.
it,
Right. We family, man. We family. All right. Hey, them Georgia Bulldogs, ain't
hey, bro.
it
Let,
was it was a very touchy topic going
mm,
into last Saturday, man. Going up against
mm,
them Tennessee Volunteers, and we
mm,
had a lot of people. Now, see, that's why I had this as a question on Thursday.
mm,
The reason why I had this as a question Thursday night, it wasn't because I didn't have no doubt whatsoever if they was ready for Tennessee. It's
right.
because this all you were seeing in sports media.
Everywhere, everywhere,
This
especially
is
on Twitter.
all you were seeing. So, and was Georgia ready for Tennessee this past week?
Was they ready? Ooh, boy, that man, that dog's defense, bro. Let's talk about it.
Talk about it.
God damn, man. See, this is why I never doubt his defense because he can do that. You mean to tell me that a team that's averaging 30 plus points a game, at least 400 yards a game, you mean to tell me they only have 6 points through 3 quarters? They get their first touchdown in the fourth quarter? Hmm. And then My boy, Stetson Bennett.
Ah,
You know I'm going there. You know I'm going there.
I know.
That's my
Go,
boy.
go for it.
I
Go
don't
for it.
I don't care what anybody look. You know I stand on the cliff.
Go for it.
I was born on the cliff.
you, you Simba.
Bruh, you mean to tell me this guy outplayed a Heisman Trophy candidate that everybody was putting on their, this pedestal.
That time I checked, he was the front runner for that Heisman Trophy.
Hmm, what he do? Not a damn thing.
He was on it behind more than he was on his feet.
Ooh. That's why after that game, I got on Twitter and I was like, "Hey, Falls fans, how about those dogs? Because y'all was talking a whole lot of shit,
Yeah.
a whole lot of shit
We had to hear it all week, bro.
all week. You know what, Blackberry? Not even just that week. They was talking shit before that week,
Especially after they
and
beat Alabama.
bruh, in Discord, everywhere, bruh, they was talking shit. What y'all gonna say now? I mean, I upcoming schedule, bro. Now, I'm not overlooking anybody, but if Georgia can play defense like that every Saturday, ain't no way we finna lose another
Can't
game.
nobody beat them. Can't nobody beat them. If they play like that, if they play like that every single
Over,
game from here on out, nobody's going to be
over,
able to beat them. That defense was tenacious.
back to back. Get ready.
That defense was hungry. It's like they heard the chatter. They heard the chippering. Tennessee Volunteers got your number, dogs. Tennessee
Mm,
Volunteers are juggernauts this year. First of all,
mm.
I want to know where the hell all y'all Tennessee fans come from all of a sudden. Where y'all been at?
All of a sudden, yep. Mm-hmm.
I just want to know where y'all been at. Where you been? I'm gonna tell you where you been. You've been the same place your team been, which is no damn well.
Under the damn rock.
For I don't know how long. y'all been hiding in your caves, been hiding in your holes for I don't know how many years now. And now all of a sudden, now that your team finally got some buzz, you know they getting some buzz around the sports media. Cause let's be real, and can we really be real
Hey,
about it?
go for it.
Would they
Go for it.
even with an undefeated record? Let's say they didn't play, they didn't have Alabama on their schedule until later this year. Let's say they didn't have us on their schedule until later on this season. With an undefeated record, with Alabama still undefeated, with Georgia still undefeated, with Ohio State undefeated, with who really anybody in the SEC
TCU.
for sure.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Would Tennessee have been getting all that love, bro? Let's be real.
Hell no. Hell no.
I mean,
No,
let's be real.
no. Mm, I don't
And
see
y'all
it.
Tennessee fans would still have not popped y'all head out y'all hole if the sports media world wasn't talking about you. But y'all see the Twitter feeds, y'all see the Facebook feeds, y'all see these sports media folks giving y'all all this hype. And now y'all won't pop y'all head out. While you got dedicated fans, right here, dedicated Georgia Bulldog fans who even in our ups and downs, and I mean when we done
Bruh.
we done had some heartache, bro.
Ooh, we was looking like horse shit a couple weeks. For a few weeks. The
we
whole team.
we done had some heartache, bro. Okay, being Georgia fans, okay, and we ain't never went and duck off in no hole and hid for 20 years.
We don't need to.
But anyway, and you brought him up, so let's talk about him just a little bit. Stetson Bennett.
Just a little bit.
Did he prove some doubters wrong this past game? Did he prove some doubters wrong?
He did
Some
to me.
doubters about him.
I mean, for me, he did. Coming from where he was a walk on. Like he wasn't even guaranteed to have a spot. And now you do this to one of the highest powered offenses in the league. And I mean, if I'm correct, Blackberry, I don't think he threw an interception in this game. Did he?
I don't, I don't think so.
Okay.
Didn't fumble it. Didn't turn it over at all.
Then he throw for over 200 plus yards. I'm just
He did.
in in football definition. Wouldn't that make you a pretty damn good quarterback? I'm just
Yeah. I mean, I'm be real. I still don't trust the little guy. Okay. I I,
hey
I mean it. I mean it. I'm sorry, and if it
hey
wasn't for
hey
the if it wasn't for the running game and the defense, bro, I don't. I don't.
hey.
Let me tell you, I don't.
He's not
I
for
take.
everybody.
I take that back. I don't distrust him. I don't distrust Stetson Bennett. He's been reliable. When it, one thing you know, okay, is that he's not going to throw the game away. I don't think he's going to throw the game away. He won't do that. He won't make he won't make that mistake that you just look back and you be like, "Dad, Stetson, what were you thinking?"
Man, damn
You know,
dummy. Yeah,
you
he
know,
not gonna do that.
he's not gonna do that. And as long as he's not doing that, I don't distrust him. But as far as like trusting him to, like, say if we needed him with the game on the line, I just don't trust. I don't trust having the ball in his hand. I would say on 3rd and 5, maybe even 3rd and 6, hand the ball off, Stetson. Hand the ball off. But that's just me. That's just me, okay?
Hey, hey.
That's just me. All right, let's get into some Hawks talk. Hey, have
Oh,
you
oh,
have you
oh,
seen what's
oh,
been going on?
oh.
Have you
Defense,
seen it?
man. Oh my goodness, that defense.
Mikey, oh no. Appreciate you for tuning in, Mikey. Mikey, are you a Miami Heat fan? Because I'm kind of getting Miami Heat vibes from your comments. I'm because you capitalized Heat, and I see a basketball, and
Oh,
it, it,
don't
it
bring no.
oh yeah, Mikey O
Don't
knows
do
the
it.
Heat. He's a Heat. He's a Miami
Mm-mm.
Heater.
No, no, sir. No, sir. It's hawk season over here.
He's a Miami Space Heater. Listen, Mikey, we appreciate you joining us, man.
Yeah.
I know you saying that soon that the Heat gonna heat up soon, but eh, it ain't gonna matter, bro. Y'all can heat up a little bit. It ain't gonna matter. Culture coming to Atlanta. What that mean? What you mean by that, Mikey? Culture coming to Atlanta soon. So, Ant,
Hmm.
if if my memory serves me right,
Uh-huh.
when we acquired DeJounte Murray
Yep.
in the offseason, we had people questioning, can DeJounte Murray and Trey Young coexist in the
Coexist.
same offense? Because I mean, fair question. It's a fair question.
Yeah, I can
The
see it.
DeJounte's ball dominant. He can score for you and he can facilitate for you, which Trey also does. Score for you
Yeah.
and facilitate for you.
Yes.
So if my memory serves me right, we had a lot of people questioning that. Before we get into this past game, because it was a hell of a game,
Yes, it was.
do you see enough evidence? Is there enough proof in the pudding right now to say that DeJounte and Trey coexisting in the same offense is a marriage? Is a healthy marriage? It's a healthy, happy marriage. It's just beautiful.
You know what? It's like two newlyweds on their honeymoon. They just got married, and every now and then, every other game, they'll be trying to figure things out. See what the other person likes and dislikes. But one thing I have learned with both of them that they both know how to play off the ball. They both ball dominant,
Right,
but they don't have to have the ball in their hands
right,
in order to be effective. And we're also seeing now. I think we've talked about this before on another show where Dejounte's presence is. How can I put this? He's having. He's that. He's being that big brother to Trey and putting him, making sure he's in the right spots on defense, making sure he's using that energy on defense. Yeah, we love your offense. Everybody loves it. But what we were lacking last year was defense. And from what we are seeing this year, that defense is stifling.
oh yeah. And that's and I want to get into that real quick. But like uh, Pen Wizard here says, and we appreciate you for joining us, Pen
Yeah,
Wizard.
yeah, yeah.
They
Thank
also said that he wasn't gonna shoot the ball and that he was afraid to shoot the ball.
you. Yep.
They said that. They said DeJounte does not like to shoot. He can attack the basket and
Uh-huh.
he can give you some up close mid range stuff like with some hooks or some floaters. But as far as him shooting, they said he wasn't gonna be able to shoot the ball. But
Yep.
just like I told people this now. I said you got to look at the system he was in over there in San Antonio. And when everybody that was so happy about Donovan Mitchell going to Cleveland and
Uh-huh.
saying that was they won in the offseason. They said Cleveland won in the offseason because they got Donovan Mitchell and
Yep.
Donovan Mitchell is better than DeJounte Murray. I said, listen, DeJounte and Donovan Mitchell are very similar players.
Yeah.
They're very similar players, but when it comes to what they give a team, like Ant showing y'all, they miles apart. Because just like Ant just said, DeJounte's great playing off ball. What you got in Cleveland is you got two guys in Cleveland that are very ball dominant with the ball in their hands.
Mhm.
So with Donovan Mitchell, if he hasn't yet gave you that element of the game where he can also play off ball, he can come around, he can play off ball through screens, and he can play off ball through picks. If he can't give you that the way DeJounte can, along with Trey being able to give you that, the Hawks won in the offseason, bro. Because over in San Antonio, DeJounte was handcuffed. He's playing in a Popovich system. Popovich don't want his guards doing too much. He wants them to be setting up plays and facilitating. And when it's time for them to score, he wants them picking and choosing a lot more than what Nate McMillan is going to do. He wants his guards picking and choosing when they're going to shoot. His one guards. So what DeJounte was doing over in San Antonio is not what he's doing over there. Now I've heard people say he was doing this in San Antonio. He might have been putting up similar numbers in San Antonio, but the way he's putting those numbers up here in Atlanta is not the same
Nope. Not the same.
because he got Trey Young, who has the only two skill sets that the John. Nope, I take that back. It's only one skill set that Jonte got that Trey don't got, and that's his ability to play defense. That's it.
Bingo.
That's the only
There,
difference.
there it is.
And of course, the Jonte is taller and slightly more athletic, so he can dunk. He can slash and dunk. We know Trey slashing and he open it up or he laying it up. But they both attack the basket. They're both great facilitators. They're both great playmakers. They both can shoot great, and they neither one of them need the ball in their hand to be able to operate. So you take the leash off DeJounte from over there in San Antonio, bring him over here to Atlanta, and let him be an athlete. And now we see the proof is in the pudding. DeJounte and Trey is a match made in heaven, especially when you include a DeAndre Hunter in the mix with his scoring ability and playmaking abilities
Yep.
and his defensive prowess. And you and now, like we've been saying, and John Collins don't have to worry about being that second or third scoring option.
Nope. Don't need
He
him
can
to.
he can do what he been doing this year so far, which is using his athleticism on the offensive end to move around the floor. He ain't a light pole no more. He ain't a
Mm-hmm.
light pole no more. He's using his athleticism to move around. He's
Yep.
crashing boards. He's a walking double double this year,
Yep.
and he's
Yep.
down on the defensive end playing defense.
Yep.
His defense is much better this year. So the
Yeah.
element that DeJounte done brought is amazing, man. What you think about it?
It's awesome, man. Like we've been talking about this for I, I've been talking about this and talking about this that we've been missing that you know that it factor with this team. Like as great as that team was a couple years ago, we was I don't want to say we was shitty on defense, but
It was subpar defense.
it was suspect a lot of the time. This year, what Dejounte is bringing to this team, I don't want. I'm not going to say that we're a championship team yet, but we are on the cusp of being that championship team
Mm-hmm. And
because
that Penn Wizard is Mikey, and that's Mikey.
Uh, okay, I see you, bro.
But yeah, we on the cusp, man.
We right there. Like, and it's not because of Trey or Dejounte. It's the others, especially that bench.
Talk about it.
That
How
bench, man. Oh my goodness.
and how big was the
Mm,
bench this
mm.
last night, bro? How big was
Oh
the
my god.
bench last night, bro?
Oh my god.
Talk about it.
Mm. Holiday. Like they couldn't do anything.
Hey, we gonna start calling the Holiday Brothers. Holiday season. Hey.
Hey, bro. Oh my goodness. They couldn't
they
do anything.
they provide some of the best hustle perimeter hustle defense I've
Hmm.
seen in a long time.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
really think Nate McMillan had this in mind when he got both of them in the offseason. Is what better way to bring out the best in two defensive guys than have two brothers that's gonna make each other better because what? They've been playing with each other forever.
They know each other.
They've been playing with each other forever.
Hmm.
And I want people to think about this.
Listen.
They have never, until last night, they have never defeated their middle brother, Drew Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday. They've never beaten him in a professional basketball game before.
Oh,
Neither one of them.
now.
Last night, it looked like before the game, they was all on a conference call with Drew Holiday, and they was like, "Bro, we finna come after that ass tonight. we coming after that ass tonight, bro."
Tonight, nigga. You ready to
You,
go
you
night night, nigga? You ready to go night night, nigga? Everybody go night night, nigga.
because them dudes was playing relentless defense, especially Aaron Holiday, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Relentless
Yeah. Yeah.
defense. And Justin Holiday shooting slump, I think he out of
Oh,
it.
out the window.
I think he out of that shooting slump. So when we got last night's game on we if we could put last night's game up on a bulletin board and break it down play by play, it was crazy to witness because it was like the start of the game, the
Hmm.
Bucks couldn't miss from beyond 3 point. They couldn't miss.
Nope.
They made like 8 3 pointers in the first quarter.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
Most teams don't make but 8 a game.
That's
They
true.
made 8 in the first quarter. So it was like, okay, let's break this down play by play. Because once you get into the second quarter, they're still jacking up threes. It's just that now Nate McMillan has gotten with his players and said, listen, this is what we're gonna do. Since they want to shoot us out the gym in our own arena tonight,
Hmm.
we gonna play suffocating defense on the perimeter, and we gonna collapse anytime somebody think they finna drive to the hole.
Yep. Hmm.
And the more that Milwaukee decided to go inside rather than shoot a three, the more you seen the defense get even more tenacious because it was like they were shrinking it in. Like, yeah, we keeping y'all on the perimeter, but we gonna go zone and we gonna crush it.
Yep.
The more you try to come in on us, the more we gonna sink it in on you. and it's gonna be hard for you to even score inside. You're gonna have to go back to shooting the 3-point ball because you thought we was taking the perimeter away, which we were. But the idea was to take it away enough to where they decide to go inside more. And the more they go inside, the more that the Hawks collapsed. And when it was time, when Milwaukee decided, okay, we gonna start shooting again, it was too late. They had lost their three ball. They couldn't shoot threes no more.
They couldn't
And
shoot nothing.
and and with the the effort that that Big O that Onyeka put in against Giannis, we've seen him do this for 3 seasons now. When he
Yeah.
has the biggest name at his position to guard that night, when he has to go up against them, he elevates his game to a whole new height. He's done it. He's done it ever since he came over to the team. What you think about it? What about last? What did you see in last night's game that made
Mm.
you like? Was there a point in last night's game against Milwaukee where you was like, we finna run away with this game?
Let me see. Hmm. The way that we came out of halftime, like, okay, going into halftime, we got it down to I forget the deficit, but I know it was within single digits. And then come third quarter, that deficit evaporated. It was done. Like in the blink of an eye. Bam. Now we up. And once we got that lead, there was no going back. They 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 took off. Our defense got better. We started sharing the ball on offense, and we started playing as a cohesive unit as a whole. And it was no hero ball going on last night. That's the key from last night that I can take away. No
Yeah,
hero ball.
absolutely. Because it was a couple times where I saw Dejounte coming up the floor, and he had some running mates with him coming along the baseline, and I thought he was going to try to do it himself, but he actually he found the right guy and made the right play
Right.
instead of him trying to do it himself. Eh, but I, we got to talk about it, man. AJ Griffin.
AJ. Oh my
Did he have a coming out
God.
party yesterday? Did he
Yes,
have a coming out party yesterday, bro?
yes, he did.
He was doing some of everything. Okay, I saw him making plays with the ball. I saw him moving without the ball, making plays. I
Hmm.
saw him for being a facilitator with the ball while he was looking for a passing option whenever he would attack. But if he saw he had a a lane to be able to score, he took it. He didn't hesitate. He didn't
Yes,
hesitate to shoot. He didn't hesitate to
yes,
pass the ball.
yes.
And
That was
he
the key.
also he was playing well on the defensive end too with his hands.
Yes, yes. I think he had 5 steals, I believe.
It was 3 steals.
Three, yeah, 3 steals. Yeah. Yeah, his
Mikey say
defense
he
was
the
on
first
fire.
rookie this season with 20 plus points and
20,
3 steals.
yes.
He was balling last night, man. And with the absence of Trey Young
Mm,
and Giannis and True Holiday in town, I mean, yeah, I know they didn't have Chris Middleton, And let me just make this clear because I done seen this a couple times today.
We're not doing that.
Some of y'all really saying that the only reason why the Hawks beat Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks is because they didn't have Chris Middleton or Connaughton, and it was like their second road game or something like that, and they might not have had their legs up on them.
Question, real quick.
Please explain it to them, man.
Because, hold on. The first game we played against Milwaukee in Milwaukee didn't, hold on, wasn't Chris
I think
Middleton
that.
and Connaughton, wasn't they out and they
Yep.
still beat us?
Yep.
So you see how they try to flip the script. As soon as we win, now here come the excuses.
And it was like our third road trip game. It was our third straight road trip game. We was
Oh,
on a
but
5 game road trip,
that don't matter. See,
and
but
that game came down to what, the last possession. It still came down to it was 1 point in 1 point difference with like 23 seconds left on the clock.
yes, yes, yep, we had a chance to win that game. But
And
hey,
last night we didn't have Trey Young. We haven't had Bogdan Bogdanovich all year. He hasn't been uh, healthy yet. So what's the excuse? What happened
I,
is AJ Griffin had a coming out party at the expense of the Milwaukee Bucks.
yep,
Jalen Johnson has taken a step forward in his career. Jalen Johnson looks damn good. Most importantly, he looks like he understands what Nate McMillan wants out of him.
bingo.
He's not confused about his role. He's dialed in. And Nate, you can tell that Nate McMillan has been getting with Jalen Johnson and saying, "Listen, bro, this is your role in this offense. This is your role on defense. Don't do no more than that. When you have opportunities to get steals, when you have opportunities to get boards, take advantage of those opportunities because your scoring opportunities aren't going to be there that much. So when you have opportunities on the defensive end, take them. When you have opportunities to crash the boards, get those boards because that's where your plays are going to come in at, and that's what we saw last night. Every time Jalen Johnson made a defensive play, he was rewarded on the offensive end.
Rim running. Yep, effort. We call those effort plays.
Effort plays. Dex did say Trey wasn't out there even he was yeah he wasn't out there even. Kill the excuses. Kill the
Please,
excuses.
thank you. Yep, that's all we saying. Kill the excuses. They, them two players from Milwaukee wasn't there the first game. We wasn't hearing none of those excuses. But now all of a sudden we win despite not having our superstar. Now here come the overflow of excuses. Nah, bro, y'all can keep that.
Right. Because I've even heard some Hawks fans. I've even seen some Hawks fans say that and I know they mean well in their comment when they said this,
Mm,
but I even heard them say uh the Hawks look good. They look pretty good without Trey Young, as if
don't
to
do
say if it that they thought before that if it had not been for Trey Young, that this team wouldn't have stood a chance against the Milwaukee Bucks.
don't do that.
But it's just like what we say with them Falcons. You have to properly evaluate the talent that has been brought here. And you have to look at the system that the coaching staff likes to run. And you have to evaluate that talent to how it fits into that system. We know.
Blackberry. Here's the problem. You have to know how to study in order to do that. You can't like if you don't watch film, like breakdown film, how you gonna know how to evaluate talent? You can't do it.
Just gonna go
It
off
goes hand
hearsay. Just gonna go off hearsay.
it
Well,
goes
I
hand in
heard,
hand.
yeah, I heard ESPN say that this player was like this, or I heard uh Yahoo Sports or NBC Sports. They said that this player don't fit in this system, or they said this player not very good at this, that, and other. If you just going off hearsay, if that's all you going off of, you can't properly evaluate talent.
Nope, can't do
And that's why some guys sneak up on fans and sneak up on the league when they do well, then they come out of nowhere and they're doing well because they weren't properly evaluated to the system that they were going to when they got to a team. Now, granted, some guys are superstars. The Lucas, the Treys, the LeBrons, KDs, Kawhi Leonard's before he was injury prone. Well, he always been injury prone, but before he was just straight up just injured. Some guys, no matter where they go, they're going to be a superstar. But when it comes to guys like, even like DeJounte Murray is not a superstar per se yet. He's on his way to superstardom, but he's a legit first ballot All Star.
That's fact.
And when he was over in San Antonio, he was handcuffed. Anybody that's played that, if you watched anybody play in a Popovich system, Popovich's system is designed for forwards. That's who his system is designed for. He needs guys that are going to be reliable facilitators and that pick and choose their shots. That's why Tony Parker was great for his offense because he wasn't very athletic, but he was intelligent enough and he had great pure point guard ability to be able to facilitate and pick and choose when he shoots.
Look at Ginobili.
Same thing with
Perfect.
Manu Ginobili.
Perfect.
Be real. In his prime, if Manu Ginobili would have went somewhere else during that time, let's say he would have went somewhere like, I don't know, uh
Nope.
Sacramento.
Nope. Wouldn't have worked.
If he would have went somewhere like Memphis, if he would have went somewhere like, if he would not have been in the San Antonio system with Popovich, he would have went somewhere else, and he probably would have been he would have been like he probably would have been as good as maybe Bogdan. He probably would have been as good as Bogdan Bogdanovic. And that's not saying. I mean, that's not a knock on him because Bogdan is very very good. But Manu in a Popovich system looked like he was just straight up just like could nobody do nothing with Manu. When they give Manu the ball and say you go be Manu, he was hard to compete with because in a Popovich system you're not asking too much of him. But when you finally when Popovich would finally take the leash off of him, he was actually very dynamic.
Right.
So the Jonte coming from there to here, the leash is off, and you see it. You see exactly what this guy is capable of. Now all the Donovan Mitchell comparisons. Now y'all see while Donovan up there doing his thing in Cleveland, the Jonte down here, he down here embarrassing teams, man. Him and Trey and the rest of the crew are embarrassing folks, man.
It's funny, Blackberry. You say he was handcuffed last year with San Antonio, right? Then he still make the All Star team.
Still made the All Star team.
So that tells you what type of talent he has. and he still hasn't reached his potential.
He still got a lot. He still got a lot to learn and a long way to go. He's going to get even better, people.
Look,
He's
I'm
going to
telling
get
you,
even better.
telling you, I truly believe. Now watch where I go here. Go go here with this. I truly believe that this is the perfect team for him to reach that potential
Why do you
because
think
he
that is? Why do you think that is, Ant?
because he can finally spread his wings. He can finally flourish. He can finally play. He doesn't have to, just play within the system. You get what I'm saying? Like he doesn't he doesn't have to, play like he's not gonna make a mistake. Like how Mariota plays. Well, Mariota's been coming out his shell a little bit, but
Yeah.
how Mariota has been playing before, where he's scared to, okay, if there's open a wide receiver wide open and he doesn't take it because he's seeing double. DeJounte, he even that first game, he came straight out the gate, shut down defense,
Right.
and his his defense dictates his offense, not the other way
Hmm.
around. That's why I feel like this is the perfect place for him to, flourish because Nate McMillan's system is dictated off of defense.
True that.
It has been since he was in Indiana.
And that's you brought some up that's very very noteworthy. When DeJounte makes plays on the defensive end, his offensive play elevates tenfold.
Yes.
If it looks like he's in a bit of an offensive slump where some shots not going down, or he make he probably try to force something that's not really there. As
Yeah.
soon as he makes a defensive play, his offense jacks up through the roof.
Yep.
And now you can bet on him to hit those mid ranges and to get inside and make those floaters. So his defensive game, it absolutely complements is complementary to his offensive game. Ooh wee. So we've been talking to y'all for about an hour now. Um, I'm a I'm gonna give an opportunity to kind of get some things off his chest. He was MIA last week. We didn't see Ant last toward the end of the week. Last week we didn't see him on Sunday, and I know something about being on that road. Your your gears get to turning. So I know you got something on your mind. So I didn't make up this set. I didn't have nothing planned for this segment, but I'm gonna make it up on the spot. The mind of Big Ant. Just tell them what's on your mind, Ant, while we get ready before we get ready to close this thing on out. It could be anything.
You don't want to be up there. I spit boots.
So that's a dark place. That's a dark place.
No, but what's been going through my mind is how we okay. It's just like what Man Mike and K Styles and Drew Talk Sports been talking about for like forever. We expect a team that they picked in the Atlanta Falcons to just lay down and die, right?
Right.
We're supposed to be, hmm, we're not supposed to be in this division, tied for first place. How dare you? That's highly disrespectful. Ain't y'all supposed to be in the middle of a rebuild? The hell?
Supposed to be in the middle of a rebuild.
So if you ask me, I feel like we're still ahead of schedule, even though we've had some hiccups here and there, especially on defense in the middle of the defense. That's where most of our hiccups are. But with all that, we're still right there. We have not fallen off a cliff yet. Still ran for over 200 yards last week, and which is all we had to do was just make a couple plays. That's it. Here and there.
And not
Yes,
and take care of the football.
yes. Because then we have a fumble early on in that game too, in the red zone. So if that happened, who's to say that you know?
I can't even call that a fumble. Like Coach said, that was a mugging. That was a mugging. He might well been held at gunpoint the way he got that ball snatched away from him. But
Golly. All all our Falcons fans. I'm still gonna say be patient. Just fight it out. We still got this all happy go lucky for yet. No, don't go diving off the deep end. For what? We still in the playoff race. Last I checked. And God forbid, let's just say we get we get AJ back next week. That frees a lot of people up. Yeah, you know what? Because I'm watching the playoff show right now. Ohio State's still at two. We're number one though. I understand that. Like that sorry ass schedule that they got.
oh my god.
Are you got to be kidding me?
Oh, are you serious, bro?
Hey, they did move TCU up to four.
Okay. So they gonna show TCU some love now.
They better.
They should. They should. But come on, bro. Ohio State number two. Come on, bro. Y'all stop that shit. That I'm gonna say that for Thursday because I'm gonna go in on that one. I'm gonna say
Yeah,
that one for Thursday.
yeah. I can't
But
wait.
So, and we have this was on my mind right now is we co it is I don't think it's no coincidence that what's up, Tail? What's up with your homie?
What's going on, Tab?
This was on my mind right now. I don't think it's no coincidence that we just had the number one team in the East, and tomorrow we have the number one team in the West. I don't think that's a coincidence. Now, if I believe they coming to us, let me make sure, but I believe we're home. We are. We're home. So we've had the number one in the East come to town, took care of business without Trey Young, no Bogdan Bogdanovic. We got these young boys riding high right now. AJ Griffin, Jalen Johnson. We got them young boys riding high. We got the Holiday brothers clicking, figuring out their defensive prowess, figuring out they shoot the done Justin Holiday out of his shooting slump. We got Onyeka Okongwu still balling on the best player in basketball right now, outside of Kevin Durant. Because I'm always say Kevin Durant is the best basketball player in basketball. But
Yeah.
Giannis has, I mean, it's a very good argument people could make. But Onyeka Okongwu, every time he plays Giannis, he puts him on a poster, and not in a good way. Now, granted, Giannis puts everybody on posters, but Onyeka Okongwu is not supposed to be putting Giannis Antetokounmpo on a poster. He did it twice last night.
Twice. I want.
Twice. So we got Onyeka playing at a high clip. We got DeJounte playing at a high clip. We got everybody on this team gelling and understanding their roles. So we took care of business last night against the number one team in the East. We gave Milwaukee their first loss of the season. We got the Utah Jazz coming to town tomorrow night. This is an opportunity. Now, I know. Now, I haven't been in. I haven't turned on the TV today, so I haven't watched any of these these sports stations today. I don't know what anybody talked about, so I'm not gonna say that they still ignoring the Hawks. I'm not gonna say that because I don't know. I didn't watch TV today, but this is a good opportunity for the Hawks to really put themselves on the map in the early ladder of this season and knock off not just the number one team in the East in the Milwaukee Bucks, giving them their first loss, might I add, but they get the opportunity to knock off the number one team in the West as well. Just a game behind the other. And I'm saying this. Unlike with the Falcons, where I don't want the love and admiration, I don't want the support because I want these Falcons to sneak up on these people, these naysayers and these haters. I want them to sneak up on these folks to where they at, they juggling and ain't got nowhere to go. It's just throat slitting. It's just throat slitting time. But as far as with these Hawks go, Travis Slink, Nate McMillan, Tony Rassler, Trey Young, and John Collins. Those are the originals of this Hawks faction right now, as it is. Those are the originals of this faction. They have worked hard to get this team to where it is now, to be not just competitive, not just playoff contenders, but to where they are built. And like OG True said, we're not saying they ready, but this team is built for a championship run. I want the respect. If we allow for the Utah Jazz to come in our doors, because they only coming in here because we let them. But when we defend home court against the number one team in the West, after knocking off the number one team in the East just a couple nights before,
Uh-huh.
and without Trey Young, without our superstar, I want to see more respect being put on the Atlanta Hawks name. I want to see more respect being put on the DeJounte Murray name, Trey Young, Clint Capella, John Collins, DeAndre Hunter, Aaron Holiday, Justin Holiday, Jalen Johnson. I want to see more respect being put on this team's name when we knock off the Utah Jazz tomorrow night. And with that being said, this has been the Rex Pick. Y'all didn't get it too raw tonight, cause I guess me and Ant in some good mood. You know, Ant just he just got off the road. I just got off the road, so we letting home soak in. I'm letting being in my house soak in right now. So I ain't got too much, cussing to do. But if you're new to the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this content, do all that good stuff. Show us some love, baby. Because we're going to be here for you faithfully every week to give you the nitty and the gritty. And tell them where they can find you.
Y'all can find me on Twitter, Facebook, um, TikTok, anything. Mr. Jackson19868 at gmail.com. Hey, y'all, if you need anything that, if you want somebody to talk to, be about sports, be about real life, don't matter. Come, come holler at me.
And with that being said, y'all know where y'all can find me. You can find me right. You can find me right here down there going across the bottom of your screen. YouTube, Blackberry Larez. That's Blackberry no C, just a K. Same thing on Twitter. Same thing on Twitch. You can find me there. You can catch me on Twitch doing some gaming. I be on that Madden on Twitch. So I'm gonna start streaming it to YouTube as soon as I feel a little bit more comfortable with my game. I was killing it for a long time. I was taking some dudes' heads off, but the other day somebody humbled me. They humbled me pretty good. It was one of them humbles that I gotta admit that I got some work to do. So before I start streaming on multiple platforms, I'm just gonna stream on Twitch for now. Not saying Twitch ain't respectable, just saying most people watching YouTube and watching Twitch, I think. So listen, this been your boy Blackberry Rex coming at you with some more Georgia sports previews. Catch us on the flip side. Home team.